All right, Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory. It goes to YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI. Brakathum to the hopeful elect. Shalom, shalom. Today is going to be a video inspired off a statement that Apostle Ricard had made yesterday. You know, the apostle was down there and he's in Atlanta. You know, he's doing a lesson with the brothers down there, and he had mentioned, you know, they was going into people that know the truth and that don't want to, you know, go out on the highways and byways and such. And what he said is that, you know, idleness can lead to unfaithfulness, meaning that being idle can lead to you losing your faith. Now, this is something that, you know, we all preach. You know, this is something that we all encourage, you know, especially in GMS, because, you know, Apostle Tahar, he always goes into that Revelation 3, you know, speaking of being a lukewarm. And that's one thing, you know, if you are in GMS or if you follow GMS, you want to avoid. But, you know, when Apostle Ricard has said that, you know, certain things, sometimes when you watch videos, sometimes a certain statement a brother might make sticks out to you. And that is the case, you know, with yesterday. Because, you know, think about it, this man been in the truth since he was like a teenager, been in a young man. So he didn't see people come and go. You know, he didn't see people been on fire and then lose the heat. You know, seeing people, you know, whatever reason you're not teaching the truth right now, he didn't see it. He didn't see every excuse a nigga can put up. You know, your woman, you got a business. You know, they was going into that yesterday. You know, I advise brothers to watch it. But like I said, when he said, you know, that idleness can lead to unfaithfulness or you losing your faith, you know, that's one thing that gave me shivers, man. So, I mean, we all know we definitely do a good job in GMS as far as encouraging brothers and trying to stay on top of our works, man, and stay on top of bettering ourselves, because at the end of the day, that's what we're here for, man. This truth is a vehicle to make you the best version of yourself you can be. You know, because I was going to say make yourself the best man you could be, but there's women that benefit off this truth as well, and we're going to go into that as well. It's about being idle as a woman. But let me get this not precept. Just want to get the definition for idle. It's the word idle in Merriam-Webster: not working, active, or being used, not having any real purpose or value. You see what I'm saying? And when we come into the truth, YAHAWASHI has a use for all of us. But you have to believe in that use. You have to believe that you are a tool, that you are a vessel that the Lord is using to bring forth this word, that, you know, you actually have an impact in this world. You know what I'm saying? And the way we do that is by showing our faith, by reading, by getting on these cameras and preaching this truth. When, you know, hey, I'm on my lunch break, I could be out there having a beer. It's Friday. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we recognize ourselves as tools for the Most High, and we want to be tools. We want to be used. You want to be a weapon the Most High could use to further this truth. You don't want to be one to say, you know what they say, you know, sit on your talent, man. But, you know, we're gonna go ahead and jump into the scripts. Let me go ahead and get them pulled up here. Yeah, the first one we're gonna get is Sirach. Go to Sirach chapter 33, verse 24. And it says, let me get it loaded. God, it says, fodder of wine and burdens are for the ass, bread, correction, and work for a servant. If thou set thy servant to labor, thou shalt find rest. But if thou let him go idle, he shall seek liberty. Now, how does this compare to us in the truth, man? So if we labor in the name of YAHAWASHI, you know, we constantly enduring, we constantly edifying, we constantly trying to progress in the spirit, through the spirit, we're gonna find rest. Because that's what YAHAWASHI promised, man. He said, if you do the works, if you proclaim my name and my Father's name, and you tell these people the truth on the highways and byways, and you handle yourself according to how I told you to, you shall enter into my rest. Let's get that. So I'm trying to see where YAHAWASHI said it at. Yeah. This is just a quick one. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 11. Let us labor, therefore, to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief. Let's read that again, man. This is Hebrews chapter 4. I'm going to go up a bit. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 6. Seeing therefore it remaineth that some must enter therein, and they to whom it was first preached enter not in because of unbelief. So there's jakes out there that don't even get the opportunity to come into the truth because they don't believe on sight. But there's also jakes that do hear the truth. There's jakes out there that do come into the camp. They do sit down and have a Passover dinner, but through their idleness, they fall out. But it says again, he limit a certain day, saying to David, today, after so long a time, as it is said, today, if ye will hear his voice, harden not your hearts. For if YAHAWASHI had given them rest, then would he not afterward have spoken of another day. There remaineth therefore a rest to the people of the Most High. For he that is entered into his rest, he had also ceased from his own works, as the Most High did from his. Let us labor, therefore, to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief. So, hey, what's the point of entering to the rest if you already chilling now? You know what I'm saying? The best time to kick your feet up, the best naps you ever take, the best sex you have with your woman is when you out doing stuff, when you out laboring. You know what I'm saying? When you out working, man. And I could say it, the best drink I have all week is after we do the work, man. Because we labor, man. We put our heart, mind, and soul into this thing. See what I'm saying? We're going to go back to Sirach 33, 25. It says, if thou set thy servant to labor, thou shalt find rest. But if thou let him go, if thou let him go idle, he shall seek liberty. Now, liberty to do what? Liberty to go off, man. Liberty to do things that are not according to the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? He might start to get that unbelief. So, he might, eat a fucking bacon burger, man. He might commit adultery. He might blaspheme the name of YAHAWASHI. He might say F the Most High because he's idle. He doesn't believe anymore, man. But that's liberty. We all have liberty to go off, but we have that fear that keeps us in order, man. We have that fear that keeps us active in this truth. It says, a yoke and a collar do bow the neck, so are tortures and torments for an evil servant. And what's the evil servant, man? Somebody that abuses the position that they're given. And that's a lot of men in the truth that we know now. But it says, Sirach 33 and 27, send him to labor that he be not idle, for idleness teacheth much evil. Let's read that again, man. Send him to labor that he be not idle, for idleness teacheth much evil. And that's a saying in the world. You know what I'm saying? A idle mind is a devil's workshop, because you starting to think of things that keep you busy. Your flesh is thinking of things that keep you busy, man, which is not according to the spirit. That's why YAHAWASHI told us to occupy till I come. Does that mean that you just gonna get on a fucking PlayStation and build up your 2K character until YAHAWASHI come back? No, man. That means you build up the character that YAHAWASHI gave you. You build up the body, the spirit and the mind that YAHAWASHI gave you according to his blueprint, man. That doesn't mean set down this truth and go quote unquote find yourself, man. You find yourself in this truth, doing the work, laboring, going through the sufferings. That's part of the laboring, man. Brothers always say, man, if you ain't catching hell, something might be wrong. Something might be wrong. If you too relaxed, if you too laid back, things is going a little bit too well for you. You got to examine yourself, because we supposed to be getting tried in the fire right now. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to be getting purified. We supposed to be, getting molded into, Lord will we be those men and elect man. But if you're not experiencing the resistance, if you're not getting any fire on your ass, you got to say, am I being lukewarm? Do I need to be more passionate when it comes to the truth? Hey, and that's something, if you're experienced, you got to pray and fast, man. But hey, as Apostle Ricard said, that idleness can lead to unfaithfulness. You start to lose faith. You start to lose hope. You start to lose motivation. You start to lose passion. But we gonna switch it up a bit, and focus on the sisters as well, man. Because Paul, I was looking through some precepts for this lesson, and Paul did mention idleness for women as well, man. So this is 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 9. It says, let not a widow be taken into the number under 80 years old, having been the wife of one man, well reported of for good works, if she had brought up children, if she had lost strangers, if she had washed the saints' feet, if she had relieved the afflicted, if she had diligently followed every good work, man. And that's the work of the women. You understand? So obviously your idleness is more centered towards a family environment. Is more centered towards your support of the truth. So if you're not doing the things that you need to be doing as far as supporting your man and your kids, you're being idle. If you don't have a man, if you don't have the kids, if you're not supporting the ministry to the best of your ability, you're being idle. You know what I'm saying? Us, Lord, whether we be those people, but to be called the elect means you have to labor. You have to contribute something, man. YAHAWASHI does not deal with sluggard, slothful, or idleness under any circumstances. So it says, if she had brought up children, if she had lost strangers, if she have washed the saints' feet, if she have relieved the afflicted, if she have diligently followed every good work. But the younger widows refuse, for when they have begun to wax wanton against the Most High, they will marry, having damnation, because they cast off their first faith, man. Hey, but that's idleness, man. So the younger women who are widows, as Paul is going to, or the younger women that are not married, you're more susceptible to the works of Satan, man. Because the scriptures call the women a weaker vessel. So you might start thinking with the worldly mentality. You might start dressing more worldly. You understand? You might start being around people that you shouldn't be around. That's being idle. Because the job of the woman is to support her man. She doesn't have a man, support the ministry, and maintain the right works and actions and behavior according to the scriptures. But if you're being idle, if you're not praying, fasting, and doing those works, you are subject to that. You may find yourself in a club. You may find yourself buying a pair of jeans. You may find yourself in some thought apparel, man. Because scriptures say, having damnation, because they cast off their first faith. And withal, they learn to be idle. Let's start it. 1 Timothy 5 verse 11. But the younger widows refuse, for when they have begun to wax wanton against the Most High, they will marry, having damnation, because they have cast off their first faith. And withal, they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house. And not only idle, but tattlers also, and busybodies, speaking things they ought not. So here you are, you not only not handling your duties as a woman of the Lord, but now you're starting to cause confusion. Now you're getting back into that gossiping spirit. You know what I'm saying? That murmuring spirit. And that's something that the Most High told us to do away with, man. You know, so just as much in this video, you know, we're going into being idle as a man as far as the works of the Lord. Women can be idle as far as the works of the Lord as well. But we're going to wrap it up on here. This is Proverbs chapter 19, verse 15. And it says, slothfulness casteth into a deep sleep. Hey, and what's the deep sleep, man? It's not knowing the truth. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't constantly trying to keep yourself awake, trying to keep yourself on the up and up, you're going to get idle, and then you're going to cast into a deep sleep. As Apostle Ricard said, that idleness can lead to unfaithfulness. Slothfulness casteth into a deep sleep, and an idle soul shall suffer hunger. He that keepeth the commandment keepeth his own soul, and he that despiseth his ways shall die. And then the Lord could command for us to push this word, to preach. You know what I'm saying? To give 110%. You know what they say? Seek the Most High 10 times more, man. So what else needs to be said? What else needs to be said? I'll read that again. Slothfulness casteth into a deep sleep, and an idle soul shall suffer hunger. With that, all praises, honor, and glory, it goes to YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, bahasham, YAHAWASHI. Double honors to the apostles, double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. YAHAWAH, bahasham, YAHAWASHI, break a thumb to the full act. Shalom.